She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the vibe. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the vibe. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the vibe. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Alright. Rhythm and the vibe. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Yo.
Once again, it's your friend Sizwe, and I want to welcome you to What They Do. 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 Now you know what they do. What they do is a place where we say what's up, what's poppin'. It's a Miami slang, right? So, yeah, we want to let you know what they do. And today, matter of fact, I got a special guest, but I can't start it without. Hold on, not this one. Let me start it like properly. Hold on. You know what I mean? let me start it right. You know?
Hold on, with the butterflies on it? Hold on.
Butterflies. You know what I'm saying? Everything is on purpose. You know,
Yeah.
hold on. Yeah. How that looking?
Yeah, proper.
Producer. That looking good? Yeah. Man.
Bad boy.
Hold on. The next thing here.
Bad boy. Well, you're taking my saga,
You know
what?
what I mean? Now, my next guest, all the way from New York City.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? By way of Trinidad and Tobago, of course. He goes by the name of Tola Dan. Hey, yo, Tola.
Yo, what's the vibes? My brother.
Yo, what they do?
What's the vibes?
You good?
Yeah, man, you don't know.
That's what's up, man. You know, I had to represent, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, you said,
Yeah.
am I taking your style? No, I just find like your style dope, yo. So
No, I
feel
like it. I like
You
it.
know what I'm saying? I should represent. You know what I mean?
Fire.
I'm kidding, you know?
Yeah,
let
that
me
is
do
it.
together.
That is it.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, kid. Yo,
Yeah.
thanks for coming, man.
Yo, thank you for having me.
You know, so it's far down here in the Southwest.
Yeah.
But for you to take the time out of your schedule
Yeah.
to come down here and show what
Yeah.
they do some love, I definitely appreciate that.
Man, I had to pass through, bro. I mean, I've been seeing the clips, you know. I watch your Instagram. I see people coming up on the pod. I'm like, yo, I have to visit that. You know what? I message you.
Man.
So, yeah, I message you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You
Yeah.
know, this is more, I want this to be more like conversation, right? But I think
Yeah.
it's important for people to get a basic background. I hate when I do interviews and then people ask me the simple questions. This
Yeah.
one is a simple question, but we're going to touch that and then we'll get into the thing.
Yeah.
You know, so why taller than? Is it like you was taller than? Like you was taller than somebody or like?
Yeah. Well, I mean, right away, I mean, my height is 6'5", you know what I mean? I'm a
Word.
tall individual, you know what I mean? I started off as an athlete before I was doing music. And I had a partner when I was looking for the name to like do music and to have a stage name. Cause you know, like it's like alter egos when you come out and you're doing entertainment, you know what I mean? So at the time I ain't wanna say, yeah, my name is Javon, you know what I mean? That's my real name. But I see, let me think of something a little different. So I come up with the Taller Dan. One of my partners used to always call me Taller. You know what I mean? He ended up passing. Rest in peace to my dog, Ronald, you know what I mean? Sandy Grandy, big up. Yeah, so he ended up passing. He used to call me Taller. And I say, yeah, boy, that is it.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So you used to call you taller and then you put it together.
Yeah, I
Taller
put it
than.
together. And then you know what I done is already. You know what I mean? In the Caribbean, I done is somebody, you know
Word.
what I mean? That does handle thing a certain kind of
Word.
way, you know? Like,
Yeah, you
Alright.
said you said it's almost like an alter ego.
Uh-huh.
It's taller than different than Javon.
Yeah, so Javon is like who my family would know me to grow up and be as, you know. Javon is more like, you know, like I said, family oriented, you know, a shy kid, introverted, you know what I mean? But when Taller Dan come on, ain't nothing shy about that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so it's definitely an alter ego. I feel like when it's Taller Dan there, it's like you gotta know, like, yeah, the light is on me and I'm here to show y'all what I'm about. So yeah, that's the difference between Taller and Javon. Javon is like a introverted, shy kind of guy. Taller is like, oh, they, you know what I mean, walking around with his thing, you know what I mean? Ain't free to run up no way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. But is that guy the introvert in there though? Is he there or he taller is completely different.
I mean, well, it's always gonna be there because at the end of the day, Javon is taller than.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be there, but like when you are around something so much, you get accustomed to it, right? So I've been doing music probably since about like 2014. I've been doing soca since like 2018. So soca, well, music in like in general is a lot of connections, you know, it's relationships. So yeah, well, I mean, when you meet people, you know, you talk to them, you go to networking events, you meet, it helps. It helps a lot. So throughout the years of meeting people and doing these type of things, yeah, I worked on it. So I'm not like an introvert like how I used to be, but because of the lane that I'm in, it's like, you know, I had to just be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, I accept because like when I look at myself,
Yeah.
Sizwe is my name. And Sizwe C is my stage name.
That's your real name?
Yes, my real name.
Okay.
Right?
That's
My sobriquet is my real name.
Yeah.
Right? And but I also find that Sizwe is different than that Sizwe C guy.
Yeah.
And that guy like you is outside.
Yeah.
But the Sizwe dude
For sure.
is more of a homebody, want to sit on the couch and
Yeah.
right. And sometimes once upon a time I used to feel like they was the same person, but it turns out that they different people.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's different people. You definitely gotta know when to like kind of turn it on and turn it off. You know what I mean? Because you know, family they know you for real before all of this like music stuff or before people know you. So it's like, yeah, taller, relax. Use J1 to me. You know what I mean? You know you have family members like that. They might see you doing your thing outside, ting, but dog use J1.
Or
You know that kind of
see
way?
it. They ain't even seen it.
Yeah, maybe they ain't seen it. You know what I mean?
Like,
But it's like don't
what?
use Sizwe.
Yeah.
We know about I mean
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
use Sizwe, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I kinda make it known or I try to keep it a way that it's like it's not too different. You know what I mean? It's different in the sense of like the confidence when it's like time to go and record and go and be on stage and talk to people. But as far as like the actual person that I am, it's the same person. You know what I mean? I'm still humble regardless. You know what I mean?
Yo, you talking about that being on stage thing. Is there an art to communicating effectively on the stage? Or I mean, I guess there is an art. Like, I mean, I think that's an obvious question. But
Yeah.
what is the art of being able to communicate to the crowd and where the crowd is getting it? Because some people have a harder time with that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What do you recognize that and maybe what's your outlook on it?
I honestly feel like the number one thing when it comes to stage presence is your confidence. Because if you don't have any confidence, you're gonna be stuttering. You probably not gonna know what to say next. As far as like, you know, filling stuff. When I say filling stuff, I mean like in soca, a lot of times when it reaches to the chorus, we like to 1, 2, put your hand in the air. All them kind of thing. Like when we come into the live parts of the song now. So like if you confident, you probably not even you're gonna be shaky when you saying it. People not gonna believe you. You know what I mean? So I feel like the first thing is to be confident in what it is you're doing. The second thing is to sing your song good. Because a lot of people be studio artists. You know what I mean? So it's like you gotta be practicing your song outside of the studio so that you know you sounding like your song when it's time to perform. You know what I mean?
Believability, right?
Right.
And I think you hit the nail on the head. But that is, do you think that's something that you can work on, or is that innate? That's part of like your being. It's either you have it or you don't have it.
I mean, no, you could work on it. Anybody, you could definitely work on it. But something like having it naturally is like you got a head start. You know what I mean? I feel like I had that naturally because from since young, I saw man like, dog, when I tell you, dog, I bathing and thing, and I taking about an hour and a half to come out the bathroom and thing, you know. You know why? Because it's big concert going on in the bathroom, you know.
Yeah.
Big concert, you know. I singing all kind of song. I open the shower curtain and you see the bathroom top there.
Yeah.
That's my stage and the whole, the sink and everything.
Yeah.
That is the crowd. You understand?
Yeah.
Big concert going on, bro. You understand what I'm showing you? So it's kind of like I kind of prep my mind from before and then I watch real performances too. Okay. So like I always used to watch a lot of Michael Jackson and like Marshall, Cartel, Idonia, J. Cole. I used to like a mixture of people. These people that I just named are some of the best performers to me, right? I watch these people and it's like a combination of them. And I watch and I see, damn, like the first thing they have is confidence. It's like they not thinking twice about what they about to do. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it's something that you can work on, But if you don't have it, that don't mean like you can't have it. You know what I mean?
But having it is also a timing thing, isn't it?
What do you
Like,
mean?
Put your hand in the air. 1. Put your hand in the air. 2. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Well, if you don't got
That
timing,
thing,
I feel
that-
like how are you singing if you don't got timing?
Yeah, but there's
It's
some
like-
artists who that specific thing and being able to communicate, getting a crowd to do something, right? Outside of what your song might necessarily be saying, right? Inside we're talking about some of these songs, you don't really have to say, put your hand in the air.
Right.
Right? For people to put their hand in the air. Right? And so I guess what I'm just trying to say is some of that I think might be this natural timing where you know what time, when to do that, how to do it, and in a space where they're going to put up their hand.
Right.
Because it's one hell of a thing to tell a crowd to put up their hand and nobody do it.
Oh, it happens.
Right?
It happens.
It happens.
Trust me, it happened to me a few times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you see, the thing is, especially with soca music, like we have a build up. You know what I mean? And a lot of times the hand in the air, that goes right before they build up. So yes, it's timing, but it's also like structure of the song. So plenty of times the song start, you might run out. You might say the name of the party, the event, whatever, ting. Put your hand in the air, hula soca, whatever, ting. And it's like, that's the intro vibe that you want them to get. And maybe when you sing in a verse and it's coming towards the chorus, that's when you get them to ting again, because you know the chorus is the jump up part. You know what I'm saying? You know the chorus is the energy. So that's where you're going to get them to, hey, put up your hands, do this, do that. And that's where people are probably more likely to listen. And not to mention, you know, they probably don't have rum in their head already. So when people are rum in their head already, soca music playing, you're singing good, they go follow what you're saying to do. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's how I just watch it.
You know, in the beginning of your career, did you find it difficult to go on a stage and deliver your product, or was it because of your practice in the shower and the amount of time that you put into your energy prior to actually touching a stage that made it more easy or more simple for you?
Yeah, so it's funny because music and entertainment is really like, a lot of times it's perception, right? So yes, I had prepared myself doing the showers and doing all this stuff, but I noticed like when I first started doing music, I would go and do shows and it might be like a little event. It might just be like a few people in the place and I'm performing like it's a concert. Now, it might be good. Certain people might look like, oh, okay, like he's really taking this serious. But then it could also come off like, okay, like this is not the place to be trying to crowd surf.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta know where you at and have like, you know what I mean? Have a certain type of vibe for where you at. You don't want to overdo and try to get people to do things when that's not the vibe. You know what I mean? Because I would come when I now start, right? And I might have a new song that nobody knows, and I'm and I'm everybody put your hand in the air, wave like this. And it's a lounge. And nobody ain't come there for that. Nobody ain't come there to see no performance. Nobody ain't come there to, you know what I mean? So it's like,
Knowing the environment.
yes, and it's like learning after a while. It's like, okay, because that was also a thing where, and I think this is a whole other conversation, but it's like when you are artists that nobody knows, you have to do a lot of like shows that you're not getting paid for.
Yeah.
You probably just in the area, you in the place, you in the venue, and you're getting a little blind. You know what I mean? So you get a chance to do your thing. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like you don't really know, but all of these things, it led me like it built up. I learned from it. You get me?
Yeah, I get you. You said, you know, sometimes a lot in the beginning, you probably gotta do a lot of shows and not get paid for that. Do you think that's soca specific, or you think that's all genre?
I feel like that's in general. I feel like that's a grind. I feel like that's with anything you do. You know what I mean? If you play in sports, you're gonna be playing in the park first, or you're gonna be playing in your backyard first. You ain't gonna be getting paid for it. You know what I mean? You gotta prove yourself before you're able to, you know what I mean, gain profits from it. Yeah, that's what I believe.
When at what point do you think that, and we only talking here because this is where the conversation took us, but
Yeah.
at what point do you think then does the artist get to say, yeah, I deserve to get X amount of money?
Everybody, you know, is selective for each artist. You know what I mean? But a lot of times, it comes after there's a noticeable song from you. So a lot of times it's like, all right, when people know like, okay, this is your song, and they know you coming to sing that song, that's when you can call this price, and that's in soca, the soca business, right? A lot of times you can do that. Some people, they don't have any song that people know, but they're just that good of a performer that they could get the crowd moving no matter what. And at that point, you could call your price. I mean, I feel like, honestly, and this is what I think. This is not how the industry is, but this is what I feel. I feel like if you're a performer and you're a good performer, you're a great performer, you're able to make people move, you're able to liven up the place, you should be able to call whatever price you're able to call. I ain't got to be reasonable, but you should be able to call your price. You know what I mean?
I had a promoter on, a local promoter here, and who said that some of these artists are not worth the money that they call in. They're just not. You got one song, and that's it. You only have one song. I just want you to sing that one song, and you ain't worth that 7,000 or 4,000 or 5,000 that you call in. Does he have a right to say that?
You're not worth that? I mean, I don't think he has a right to say that. I mean, if that's not in your budget, say that. But you don't have a right to say what somebody else is worth. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you could say something about somebody's worth, and then their worth is really literally more than that. So now what? You just talking at that point, right? So yeah, I mean, no, I don't believe promoters have the right to tell you what your worth is. Because let's say he never really seen that person perform, and then he actually come to your event and mash up the place. Now what? Right? So, I feel like the artist himself, they make their own value. Right? They make their own value. And yeah, it comes from like a list of interacting with people and different people that book you and this and that. That's where you know your value. Not off of one promoter telling you, yo, this is your value. Yeah.
Is your price right?
Me?
Yeah.
Me right now, I feel like my price is good, but it's going to be going up soon because all we doing is progressing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
all we doing is progressing, and all we doing is going up.
It's not tomorrow. How
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, so, and that's real life, man. That's real life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People out here, they working on their craft. You know what I mean? Soca music is a thing where I feel like the artists, they need to be getting paid year round. They need to be not just be on a carnival circuit. You know what I mean? These artists are working hard. You know what I mean? These artists, they writing these songs, they going out, they promoting it, they marketing it, they're performing all over the world. They keeping soca music alive. And we need to like have these artists to represent the culture too. You know what I mean? Just like how in any other culture they got the artists representing, and you see how they living.
Yeah.
Our soca artists need to live like that too.
We was talking the other day, yesterday or day before yesterday, and you're talking about this EP that you're trying to put out.
Yeah.
That you're working on.
Yeah, I'm working on an EP.
I could say that. Sorry.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
You can say that.
Why is first of all, you don't really see EPs or albums from soca artists, right?
Yeah.
Quote unquote soca artists.
Right.
Why is putting out this EP specifically important for you in today's era of music?
It's important for me to do because I really want to connect with my people and my fans. And then apart from that, I have a lot of creative ideas, bro. I have a lot of things that I feel like our culture haven't heard as yet. I have things I feel like I can bring to the table that has not been done as yet. You know what I mean? And in our culture, I feel like when we doing music, especially soca, a lot of times the mindset is just, okay, then we got hit to play on the road, and then we got hit to play in the party and the fetan. You know what I mean? Road match, soca monak. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's not really like records as, okay, this is like a creative experiment, and I want to tap in with my fans, and this is my sound. And, you know? So this is why it's important for me to drop my EPs and albums, because this is now where I get to feed my community that's already there. You know, the people that already support me, this is where I get to give them, I get to feed them new stuff. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay.
Was that do you like that answer? Is that a good answer for you?
Yeah, I thought, I think it's a good answer. You know, you see what it is. I think is
Talk to me.
what I recognize from you and others like
Mhm.
you is like Classic was on the show.
Yeah.
And
Shout out Classic.
yeah, and he said the same thing, connecting with the fans and feeding them,
Oh yeah.
right? And for me, it's this new kind of thought process, especially as it relates to soca, because I think you're right. A lot of the soca heads, people who making soca, are making soca for the road or for
Right.
a party,
Party.
right?
Road. Yeah.
For the soca monarch or for this particular experience,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
Whereby there's this other group of people, right? This
Mhm.
other set of listeners
Mhm.
who just want to play some in their car and just kind of vibe,
Right.
right? Who might turn on the radio in the house or turn on the TV or YouTube in the house, and while they cleaning, right, just be vibing, not necessarily want to be on the road, you know?
Right. Right. So, yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think yes, it is that. But I honestly feel like most of the listeners of soca, they don't even know what they're missing as yet. And that's how deep it's like they don't even know as yet, bro. That it's like a whole other other lanes that we could go with this soca thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's more on the artist part, like that they want to be creative and do these things, but it's more like they in their mind they thinking like, damn, the DJs ain't gonna play this. They're not gonna put it in no mix. Ain't nobody gonna really think. But it's like, bro, you gotta, if you believe in this and this is what your art is, you know what I mean, and this is what you want to show to the world, put that out, bro.
Yeah.
Do the best
You see,
video you
like-
can possibly do.
Like
put
you
it
got
out.
butterflies,
Yeah.
right? I ain't in the DJ world anymore, but I don't know if any DJs playing that in a dance. But I don't know if that record is for a DJ.
It's
to play
not
in
a
dance.
it's not a popular song in a party. It's not. It's not. Now it got played. So what I did was I made like a live arrangement version. Big up to Elmo Norville from out of St. Lucia. So I had him do like a live arrangement version, which that one probably more get played like in a party or fed or something because the live arrangement now it's more lively. You get what I'm saying? But when I was making Butterflies, I wasn't making that with the mindset of, okay, this go mash up Afet or this go mash up the road. No, this was a story. You understand? It was a story that I had inside of me. I'm like, yo, damn, how could I relate this story in a song? Because we as guys, sometimes when we talk to a shorty, we might be a little nervous. We might have butterflies, but nobody talks about it because of how it might seem. The perception of it is like, oh, you got butterflies for a short. You know what I mean? But that's what art is. Art is a reflection of, hey, you might be at the top, you might be at the bottom. You know what I mean? You might be in the middle sometimes, but
I
it's
ain't
just
gonna
a
lie to you.
reflection.
It's
a
really,
mirror.
I think it's butterflies that was like, yo, I got to talk to Tola.
Yeah.
Right? I think so because I mean, you got bangers. There's no question about that, right?
Yeah,
You got
appreciate
club
that.
bangers that will play in every party. And so you're done big already. But I think it's butterflies and those types of records that had me like, yo, for you to get in this creative space to create a record like that, right? And be comfortable enough to put it out to the community,
Yeah.
right? Who might not necessarily be as accepting
Yeah.
of these types of records
Right.
than they are what we're accustomed to,
Right.
right? And I think is that type of vibe and that type of mindset that I think we need to investigate and talk about for the people to see, right?
For sure.
Because Tola's here, and at some point, Tola is gonna get old, and it's some young dude who coming behind. And really not at some point; it's happening right now. It's a cat
Yep.
who's hearing butterflies or records like that and saying, "Yo, I got a wicked idea too."
Yeah.
Right? And that itself is fostering the growth of the genre.
100%. And you see the thing with me is like, I'm not trying to change anything. I'm just trying to open up new lanes. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, we have the lane where it's like Trinidad circuit, do the Trinidad Carnival thing, put out your record for that, put out your Carnival records. You know what I mean? And have that. But where's the lane for the artists that maybe they more emotional and they don't sing about Carnival? Maybe they only sing about heartbreak. Where's the lane for them? In soca.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Where's the lane for a person that might have lost their family or something?
Yeah.
And now they want to sing songs that reflect real life.
Yeah.
And maybe that's all they do. Maybe that's what they know. But where's the lane for that?
Yeah, I think people didn't know that was possible. You know, and I think
But this is why we gotta show them.
I think it takes artists like you to
This is
show
why we
them
gotta
that,
show them.
that lane is there, is wide open.
100%. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying like before there was never no reality music, because this is really where soca came from. I mean, soca came from calypso, which is like they was talking about social things. You know what I'm saying? And then with the Ra Shorty, I came in with more the party kind of vibe on me. You know what I mean? But this is originally where it came from. And it seems like that lane has not been,
Explored.
yeah, like ever since then, it's just been like, okay, we on the party scene and like that kind of, you know, that kind of way. Or everybody that drops songs, that's like, yeah, we talking about real things. It doesn't really reach anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I really just want us as a culture to understand that we have a lot of influence in this world, and that it's nothing stopping us but ourselves. So I want all of our artists to like, not even just artists, like everybody that has to do with the whole entertainment world in the Caribbean and soca, like go full 100, be creative. If you think of an idea, do it. Like, don't care about what this person in this radio station might think and this person that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do it for your fans. Do it for the people that already support you. Do it for the people that love you.
But I think that what might stop people from doing that is the glam of it all, right? Like every artist, maybe not every, but many artists want to be the artist whose song is playing in the party.
Not necessarily.
No, not necessarily. Well, I didn't say every. I said
Yeah.
I think many artists.
Yeah, many
and I think-
artists, yeah.
I think it's probably the majority of the artists
Yeah.
really want to be that guy, right?
Yeah.
And you know, the idea that I'm just making a record and the DJ not gonna play it might be scary for them.
No, I mean, granted, I mean, I get it, but this is why I said like opening up new lanes, because now if you have that lane, right? Okay, like let's talk about hip hop, right? Okay, there's the mainstream artists. You got the little babies and the babies and you know, all the big popular guys. And then there's like the backpack rappers that is like lyrical rappers, right? The songs don't get played on the radio and stuff like that, but they have fans that tap into their music, that when they drop merch, they're going to buy the merch. When they have a show, they popping out to the show. So it's still a lane for them to be able to live off of their music without it being in the front line, without it being in all the parties, without it being in all the festivals. It's still a lane. You understand? So it's not like, that's not even to say like we don't have enough listeners, because people all over the world listen to soca, but it's just we're not doing it.
You talked earlier about all you need is 1,000 fans. What do you mean?
I mean, what I mean by that is like building your community. So you could have 10 people that love you and love your music, right? And they going around, they talking about you, they trying to dress like you, they playing your music, they telling people about you. To me, that's the best way. Even in 2025, yeah, fix it up. Make sure, yeah. In 2025, well, we about to be in 26.
Yeah.
By the time this come out, it's gonna be 26.
Yeah, for sure.
In 2026,
Oh,
like,
by the way, you know this is season 2.
oh yeah.
Season 2.
Shout out to season 2.
Shout
Am I
out
the
to
first person on season 2?
Nah, you're the second
Oh,
person.
I thought I
on
was the
season
first
2.
person.
But it's all good.
I was about to say, it's all good.
Yeah.
But in 2026, word to mouth is still the best way to market. So, I don't know about you, but a lot of artists that I know to this day, I know of them through a friend. Yo, you ever hear about this artist? Yo, you know this song? And I check out the song, and I, yo, this is real bad. And then I start to follow the artist. So word to mouth is like, because at the end of the day, if you got a friend, it's like you trust them a little bit, right? So you're going to trust their word.
Sure.
So if your friend say, yo, this artist bad, you're going to probably believe them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So building your community is a major, major thing. If you got 10 people that follow you, by next week or two, once you being consistent, that's going to go to 100 people. And it's going to go to 1,000 people. It's going to go to 5,000 people. It's going to 10,000 people. So it's like building your community is a must. It's a must. I feel like I even started late in that.
So what do you think? Today's artist, or an artist who comes out today, right? Their focus might be on making the best quality record that they can make,
Yeah.
right? Maybe based off their budget. And then where do you think their next step should be as it relates to building their brand? Is it creating the fan base that you're talking about? Is it just finalizing that record and putting it out? Like what do you think is the next step? And the reason why I'm asking these types of questions is because I think that this podcast in particular, I want it to be very informative, right? To help the artists who might not necessarily have the help.
Yeah.
Like guys like you who came into the game and really didn't have no help. I kind of learned things that I had to learn on my own. I think I could have done better if I had some guidance. Right? So this is why I'm kind of approaching these questions this way.
No, for sure. And I don't know all the answers because at the end of the day, I'm still not like the biggest artist. You know what I mean? So I don't know all the answers. But I do know, like, as an artist, you gotta know what you want. Right? So if you're an artist and you know, like, okay, I want to be played in all the fets. I want to be on the road. I want my songs to possibly win Road March in Trinidad or wherever country that you're from. Then that's the game that you're going to play. You're probably more going to, okay, let me try to have these relationships with the DJs and let me send it out to all of them. Social media, let me go up to the radio stations. You know what I'm saying? So you're probably going to more play the carnival circuit game. But now if your focus is more... let's say tapping in with the fans, maybe streaming online, Spotify. It's not really about the parties and the fets. Maybe you might focus more on creating content around the song. Maybe you might focus because content is king right now. You know, short form content is winning, right? They say the music videos is dead right now, right? Would you agree? With that?
I agree 100%.
You agree?
Yeah.
They say music videos is dead. Like unless you have a song that's attracting that type of viewership where people want to see what's next. It's like, as an upcoming artist, it come like you wasting your money doing a music video. Because now that's just one piece of content that you could probably chop up and make it different things, but you could do like 20 different short form content with the same...
half that budget.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, bro, that's really what it is for real.
Yo, I appreciate that. I want to skip to this AI music.
What about it?
KG and CMW had a kind of back and forth the other day about this AI and the Soca. So this is a two-part question. Where you at with the AI in the music? And then where you at with AI in Soca specifically? Is there a difference there?
All right. So, I mean, AI doing music, like as an artist, I'm gonna be straight up. I'm not jacking that because it's cutting out places for the real artists. That's just like with jobs in real life. You're gonna take out all the humans and replace them with robots. At that point, what are the humans gonna do? You know what I mean? We taking out humans from real work that... You understand what I'm saying? It's kind of almost like a control thing too, because I see Timbaland doing like an AI type of thing too, where he got an AI artist, right?
Yeah,
but it's like they saying that they don't want to deal with human artists because the humans they got too much going on with them. They got attitudes and this is and that. AI, you could just control them. That's what they saying.
You say control them like they're sentient beings.
Nah, well, you can control the AI, right? You can control the AI. They don't talk back. They do whatever you want them to do, right? I feel like AI helping is not a problem, but I feel like when it's the main character, that's an issue. Because I'll tell you this, right? I was writing a song the other day, and I just felt like I was missing a certain vibe for the song, like a word that would stand out in the song that would make it like, okay, I could use this word as the theme of the song, right? So I put something in AI because I'm like, damn. And I'm thinking about the AI thing now because I'm like, yo, this AI thing is out now. So I put in AI, I said, give me a word that not that rhymes, but that has the feeling of this, right? And they gave me the word was certified. And it's funny because it's like, okay, certified, that's a regular word, right? we use certified all the time. I know the word certified. Like I could have thought of that, but AI put it in my head right there when it's like I wasn't even thinking about it. So when I started singing the song now and I said it, so the phrase that I end up making was sexy and certified. So when I started singing, I'm like, yo, damn, that shit is actually fire. I'm like, yo, sexy and certified. I'm like, yo, that shit is crazy. So it's like, yeah, to like come up with certain ideas and like stuff, it's like cool. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like Google. Yeah, but to say like a AI artist, that's crazy work to me.
Yeah.
That's crazy work.
I remember when I first started singing, and shout out to Michelle Williams. I met this young lady, Michelle Williams, and I remember reaching out to her. I was living in Colorado at the time, you know. I remember reaching out to her and I was like, yo, I use a thesaurus. I use a thesaurus.
What is that?
What's a thesaurus?
A thesaurus?
Thesaurus.
A thesaurus.
Yeah. It's not a dictionary, but it's words that synonyms, yeah. Right? So a synonym for party, right? Might be fete.
Right.
Right? Okay. So, and I asked her, like, am I cheating? You know what I'm saying? And she was like, no, I ain't cheating. Like, that's normal, you know? Asking AI for a word, is that cheating?
No, I wouldn't say it's cheating. I mean, who's the judge? Like, who's the referee? Like, how is it cheating? You know what I mean? Who is here to say like, yo, nah, you know what I mean? But it's not cheating. In my eyes, is not cheating at all. I mean, because you could read a book, come up with an idea. You could read a book, learn a word. You know what I mean? It's just like a quicker way. But like I said, if you doing the whole process, everything through that, that's something different. If you get an idea, you like trying to fill in something, it's like, nah, there's always been stuff that will help you, but probably not to that extent. You know what I mean? Technology just make it to another level where it's like we have it right in our hands and it's gonna come fast without pause, without you know what I mean, having to open a book and do all this other stuff. You know? But yeah, I wouldn't look at it as cheating. It's help, but yeah, it's levels to it.
So at its current state, you ain't jacking it for music in general and soca specifically, right?
Not even soca specifically. I'm saying like as an artist, because they talking about they want to sign artists. That's AI.
Word.
I'm not jacking that.
Yeah.
I think that's crazy work. That's craziness. How are they supposed to
Not
perform?
they talking about it, they signing artists.
How are they supposed to perform?
Yeah.
Is it hologram? What is it like? How are they doing that? When these people want to see the artist perform live, how?
But we also at a place where, and we are in that place in soca where people are going to fetes and paying big money to go to a fete with no artists. And as a matter of fact, they would rather not hear the artist, they would rather hear the DJ play the music.
But that's also different than AI music. That's not.
No, but I guess what I'm saying is when we say like who's gonna perform the record, there are people who don't rather not even see the artist perform the record. They rather just hear the record. Because they're saying it don't sound like the record, they like the record.
I feel like that's some real soca shit.
You think it's some soca
I
stuff?
feel like that's some real soca shit. Because I feel like everywhere else, if what's Hannah Montana father name? What's his name? You know what I'm talking about? Billy whatever.
Yeah.
If they want to see him live, bro. The people that love his music, they want to see him.
But who are those people that want to see his music?
His fans. Who
are those people?
The country music fans.
What generation? What generation of people want to see him?
What do you mean? The people that listen to his music, whatever generation it is that he's a part of.
I'm saying
they wanna see him. If you hearing you singing Vibes Cartel, I remember when Cartel was like in his prime. Now I never seen Cartel live in prime.
I don't know.
But I would have paid a lot of money too.
Bro,
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm saying that's a specific generation. I don't know if Jay, my son is 17. I don't know if he care about whether or not Janet come and sing the record. I'm not saying that he does or doesn't. I'm saying I don't know if he cares like how you care or how I care.
But he wouldn't know until it happens. And so you see, like that's a lot of times. It's like a lot of times you don't know what you're missing out on until it's there. Because it's like he's gonna know when when you play the song, it's like, okay, yeah, that's fine. That's an AI done joint, da 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 da. And then he goes to a show, or his girlfriend invites him to a concert, and he sees a live performer, and he feels the energy. Then he's gonna be like, damn, I feel the energy. I want to hear this song like that, and he can't because it's AI.
I don't know, man.
What you don't know? Talk to me.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't know. Right? We talk about him specifically, and I'll take it off of him because that's my son, right? But his generation, right? And let's say using a knife and fork, right? His ability or inability to use I might be like, yo, they gonna clown you. You can't use a knife and fork, right? But I really think that maybe that's a bad example as it relates to knife and fork. But I really think that his peers don't care that he can use a knife and fork. Right? So when I say, yo, they gonna clown you, I'm using my history and my experience as like when I was growing up, me not being able to use a knife and fork, somebody might say something.
But
right?
that's until.
But his generation might be like, yo, nobody don't care about that. So me putting that on him is not a true testament to his environment. So when we say now, like, yo, when he go to a live show, right, he gonna see the difference. I don't know. He might be like, it's all right. Meanwhile, we now go to a live show. It's like, oh my God, it was crazy. He might be like, this shit ain't sound like the record.
Got you. Well, I mean, I think that's where like kind of like the inside values and stuff come from, because all right, at that point now it's like, okay, the world or your friends of them might not care, but I grew up a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So I know the value of this. So it's like, so I feel like that's where it comes from now. It's like being passed down, because if you're a person that you know about music and you know how live music feel, then I would expect for you to tell your son that. Like, yo, this live music is some shit, son.
Yeah, so
it's not like AI. It's
not,
different.
no doubt. So
because
him specifically, right?
I'm not even saying you. I'm saying in general, though.
Yeah, but
like, you feel what I'm
saying? The general audience don't have that experience that you and I would have, and that our kids will then experience, right?
So
they don't have
should
that.
it just stay that way?
I'm not saying it does. I'm not saying that it should. I'm just saying that the expectation that that the masses are gonna see AI and be like, yeah, but you know, who's performing that? I don't know.
I feel like
they
the world is
care.
not that gone as yet. I feel like the world is not that gone as yet, where they're gonna look at an AI record and be like, oh my God, this is the biggest thing. And then I still feel like people is gonna look and be like,
look up what the latest AI. Do me a favor. Look up what the latest AI artist was signed for,
and look up the record that they got. And I would like to know if you ever heard that record.
But I think that if the AI artist was signed to a mega $1 million deal, speaks volumes. It says something. Something to where we are as a culture.
Let's stop right there, because how could something that doesn't have any type of physical anything be signed to $1 million anything? They're not paying anything. That's free. How are they signed? How are they getting paid for anything? So this is really like a way for people to save money, for real. This is really like a way to capitalize.
That the AI artist who signed is really not signed?
It's no way that an AI artist could be better than a human artist. At the end of the day,
that's not what we're talking about.
No, it's not what we're talking about. But at the end of the day, you saying like we comparing it. So I'm saying that the AI thing, it would never be okay with me, because one is taking money out of the pockets of actual humans. And then another reason is the human music is way better. The AI music, they learn that from human music.
Sure.
So it's not like they just coming out of nowhere and they learn it from human music.
I think the conflict that we're having is when you said that the consumer, you know, that we're not all the way gone and they're gonna want to hear real music.
I believe so.
Right?
I believe
and
so.
I'm saying,
because
I don't know if that's true.
Okay, let me put it another way. Because apart from the music, right, and we could agree to this, nowadays in 2026, at least not with Soca, music is like kind of like the last thing when it comes to a superstar that people care about. We care about how you dress. They care about how you talk. They care about the girl that you dating. They care about all these other things, and music is like the last thing. So it's like, okay, when you have it music and it's cool, and it's like, okay, yo, this is a nice song. This is a nice song. Imagine if Drake was AI and he didn't have like nothing. Like he wasn't Aubrey behind and wasn't in the grassy and nothing. Like all we know is his music. There's no connection to that person. There's no cult following because we don't really know who you are. You're a machine.
You got that information? Go ahead.
Want to know who's the latest artist?
I want to know. All right, who's the latest artist and what did they sign for?
Her name is Zanya Monet,
Zanya Monet.
viral AI singer with major record deal and Billboard chart presence. She is an AI-powered music avatar,
How much she signed for?
multi-million-dollar deal,
$multi-million.
That's cap. Who
Cap.
they paying it to?
featuring lyrics
Cap.
based on
They just
real-life
keeping it. They
stories.
saying that. They could have said $1 billion. Who's there to know? Like, what's
think
her
it's
name?
cap?
Zaria? Zaria gonna come out and be like, no,
You know you said
I
what's-
got $1 million.
what's- you know you
$1
said
billion?
what-
Yeah, Zanya
You know you said
Monet.
what's her name?
It's not a girl?
Yes, it is.
How is it a girl?
That's what it says.
Well,
AI.
it's a girl name.
It's AI
so,
though. It's
so
it.
I could imagine that they portraying a lady.
Yeah, they're portraying it, but it's not a lady, right? It's
And
AI.
they
Oh,
don't
so you
say
see?
sex here either.
So you see?
They just say AI powered.
But when they say, so I don't know, I don't necessarily agree that it's cap. I think whoever's controlling this AI
So you think they're paying that
is
the
getting,
company that's
the company or the artist or the promoter, the producer,
So let me ask you a
whoever
question.
is
Timberland
getting
is the producer.
produced. Timberland, I
You see?
think Timberland is
And
getting that
I've
check.
seen something like that where Timberland was, and he was getting a lot of backlash for that too.
Now, no
But,
doubt he's getting backlash, but
no,
I'm
yeah, for
saying
sure.
that the
Uh-huh.
fact that the AI artist is signed, right, is significant. It's super significant.
Significant how?
And because the production company or the label is putting forward millions of dollars to promote this music, right? And we both know that it is the record label, at least from a historical standpoint, that puts the money behind the artist or puts the money behind the music to push it forward into the listener's ear.
You know what's another thing too? So you see how I said that like these AI artists, they're learning stuff from real artists?
Yeah.
A lot of the times they're not really plagiarizing, but they're taking actual parts from
Yeah.
people's music and they're not getting noticed for that.
Yeah, they're not
A
giving
lot
the
of
credit.
times. A lot
Well,
of
that's what
times
they
they're
said-
not getting
that's what
credit
they-
for that.
that's
So
what
that's
they-
another part of it that I even forgot to bring up just now.
But
Because
that's
it's
what-
like they learning from real music. So they're going to be taking parts from these music. They're going to be taking sounds,
that
taking
was
things.
what the pressure that Timbaland was getting, allegedly saying that
Right.
he was allegedly taking artist music and like, you know, because there was a time when he was doing like when he was rating your music, you could send your music to him and he was rating it, and they were saying that he
Yeah.
was feeding it into his AI, and now his bot is making all these records, right? So that's what they were saying.
Right.
I want to make it clear that I'm not saying that I'm for the AI.
It sounds like it.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. Right, because I'm an artist.
Nah, I got you.
However, I'm just recognizing that I don't know if that many people really care like how you care, like how
Oh,
I
nah.
care.
Well, the artist is really going to care more.
Yeah.
People that's in the entertainment business and have things to do with music, we going to care more for sure. You know, but I mean, I think that's that's actually a really good question. You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm not sure if a consumer would care. But me, knowing that artists are consumers too, we care. You know what I mean? Because I listen to other music. I would care if J. Cole, Cartel wasn't real. I would care. So I could only speak from my perspective and how I view things, right? I would care imagine if Michael Jackson was AI and you couldn't see him be on stage moonwalking. And you couldn't see him like do the thing. Imagine, what will Michael Jackson be? He wouldn't be the Michael Jackson that we know, right? Could we agree to that?
No, I definitely agree. I just don't know if
If they care.
If they care.
But they wouldn't know until they're in the...
Because if they cared, the label who signed this AI artist wouldn't sign them.
Labels don't know everything.
They don't, but I mean, you're gonna put a certain amount of money, you're gonna invest a certain amount of money in me, right? And say, all right, Sizwe, yeah, you know what? I see a catalog. I got X amount of money. You're gonna throw that at me because you think, you know what? There's a high possibility that I'm gonna get that back, right?
You know how much
didn't
artists
feel like they was gonna get that back. They wouldn't put that money.
Do you know how much artists labels sign that you never hear about? That they put money behind?
Yeah.
That do not make that money back?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's nothing new, bro.
Okay.
They do that all the time.
Okay.
Labels sign people that don't it's literally a normal thing.
Okay.
If anything, it's less likely for artists to make that money back.
Okay.
So it happens every day, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, it happens every day.
I take that.
Yeah, for sure. And with now with the AI artists, to me, it's kind of more limited because now it's like you can't really. I mean, I guess you could sell merch, but it's like, you have to be real creative. I mean, you can't do no shows, right? You can't do no appearances, so you just making money off of royalties, streaming.
I want to throw a wrench in your
Sure.
His latest AI her name is Tata Tatumi, and he has a human behind it.
That's
AI
playing the part,
is
bruh.
a real life person.
Jesus
Tata.
Christ.
Tatumi.
Tata Tatumi.
Are they Asian? That sounds like some Asian.
An
Why does
Asian
do
or
that?
an Asian AI that has an artist behind the bot
AI
or behind the artist. Has a bot behind the artist.
That sounds like, you know what that sounds like?
not a bot.
You know what that sounds like? What is these people name from in the 80s or the 90s? Milli Vanilli?
Yeah.
That's what that sounds like. Somebody that
I think Milli
Acting.
Vanilli was in the 90s.
was the 90s?
Yeah, I think it was the 90s.
But what was the situation with them?
It was that they were lip singing.
Right. So
Right.
somebody else was singing the records and they
Yeah.
were performing as if they were the artist that was
Yeah.
singing on the records.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Literally.
Nah.
Not?
Not the same.
No?
No.
So that person, are they the one that's singing?
No.
Okay. But they're performing and acting as if they're singing. So how is that not the same thing?
Because Milli Vanilli could actually sing, one.
Really?
Right? Yeah. They could actually sing.
Shit, that's news.
And two, there are many artists who go on stage and not singing their record today. Like that's like a given.
No,
Like,
no. Hold on. Milli Vanilli, it's not like they was going on stage and not. No. The record
Yeah.
that was playing on the radio was
Wasn't
not
them.
their voice.
That's correct. That's correct.
There's artists right now
Yeah.
that do that? I don't know that.
Yeah, no.
That's crazy.
I think
work.
you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what that AI is doing. It's the
Mhm.
same thing. That's what I'm
Mhm,
saying. So it's not like they went in the studio and they sat there for hours
Yeah, you're right.
and
You're
try to
100%
get the vocals out and they sang it, but now in person they might not sound as good.
Yeah.
No, it's not that.
Yeah.
That's not them
Yeah.
at all.
At all. You're right. 100% correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a problem for me,
Yeah.
bro. That's a problem to me.
Yeah. For sure.
That's plagiarism. You faking. It's cap.
Cat.
Cap. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, definitely cat. So we touched this AI thing, and now the AI, of course, it's gonna reach soca world, and now you have some soca artists creating music through AI that might not necessarily be them, but promoting it as them. Is that are they in the same category? It's whack or it's just par for the course.
I'm not gonna say nobody's stuff is whack, but it's just not. It can't be compared to something that a human done. It can't be compared. So I'm not gonna say and be like, yo, that shit is whack, because the song might be a good song. It might not be whack. But at the end of the day, like I said, all of these things that make an artist, they can't do. So what is it at that point? It's just an audio MP3. You know what I mean?
You know, I'm gonna give you what my thoughts are.
Yeah, talk to me, bro.
I think that AI music,
Mm-hmm.
I think it could be a great thing.
Okay.
And why do I think that?
Mhm.
I think that it could be a great thing because I think it'll force our peers and us
Mhm.
specifically to make better music,
Think
to go in harder, right? To make a distinction. You see, because when I hear AI artists, I be like, yo, maybe not every single time, but most times I could be like, that's AI. I could hear that there's something missing from the thing, right? There's something missing, right? And that thing that's missing can only be given by a human, right? There's something robotic, or there's something that's just it's not quite there, right? And I think that that small distinction is the thing that's going to drive artists to make sure that their record is 10 times better
So let me ask you a
than
question.
any AI record can.
So you
can
don't
produce.
think the same record, right, that's missing that something, right? If a human was to sing it, that record could be 10 times bigger?
No, but that's my
because-
point. That's my point. I'm
No.
saying that.
Okay,
if
so
a
you
human
saying-
sang it,
So you're saying
Yeah.
that the AI is okay for like demos,
no,
but not to go out as actual records.
I'm not even saying that. Like, and again, I don't want to make this conversation about me. Well, not again, but let me just say that I don't want to make this conversation about me. I am saying, however, that I think that anything that's new or extremely new, right, and something that old, it allows that old thing to stand up and say, I'm still here, right? And that thing that I do cannot be duplicated, right?
Right.
And that distinction, that small distinction, that small change in octave, or that change in this from this chorus, I can remember recording a record and not being able to fly the hook. Right? Maybe that's not the case. Maybe I'm not. We didn't fly the hook.
Yeah.
You sang each hook.
Right.
I can remember doing that. Right? And then we got this technology where now you can fly the hook. Right? But like you wanted to sing the hook because you got an opportunity to maybe sing the hook just a little different. Right? And that distinction gave that record up maybe a little bounce to the left, a little bounce to the right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you go to perform it, they're looking for that little, right, that the AI, at least from my vantage point thus far, cannot do. Right? And those things is what I think is going to make artists do and create better quality.
But I feel like,
records.
I don't know, in a sense, I feel like you kind of speaking to my point a little bit.
No,
because it's
I
like
then agreed with
the
you.
AI, they can't do what a human
Yeah.
does, you know what I mean? And I mean, for them to go harder, I don't know if it's harder. I don't know if that's what it is. I think they might look at it like, like, okay, this is something different, and we might need to be more creative. But I don't know if that's what it is, because as far as I'm concerned, like from the time I've been hearing music, from like humans are so creative, bro. Like without AI, you know what I mean? So I don't know if that's what we need. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe the AI thing do make people more creative. Maybe it does.
No,
But
I just think that it's
Yeah.
going to make them be more creative. It's
Yeah.
going to make us kind of stand up a little bit and say, nah.
Nah, boy, let me not let them AI thing take over.
Nah.
We go thing. So it's like
Yeah.
a competition and that
Yeah,
kind of
I
way.
think so. I think it'll force the true creatives.
I mean, I like that mindset.
Yeah, I think
because I'm a
it'll force-
competitive guy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So I
of
like that
course.
mindset.
Right.
That's a good mindset.
You're not going.
But then now, let's say
it's
it don't
a
work,
basketball.
though. What if it don't work?
You grew up on a basketball court, and then it's a bot on the court. Like and
they making all the shots.
They making all the shots. You
know what I
telling
mean?
me that
Like,
you
what?
gonna sit down and let that happen, or you gonna be like, nah,
they
let me
would
get the
never
ball.
let that bot in the NBA.
You gonna let me get that ball. You're not doing that, and you still might lose, but
It's gonna be hard for you to cook that
competitive
bot.
nature is gonna be like,
It's gonna be hard.
nah, I'm out dribble him, or I'm out whatever. 360 dunking, whatever the case is, I'm gonna do my best to do that.
No, I
And
got
think
you.
that
I got
that's-
you. I got you.
That's where the music, that's what this thing, if we look at it from the outside in, it might allow you to be like, I got more work to do. Like I want to produce something that a bot, a robot, a computer cannot do.
I got you. But even before that point, like before you even reach that, I'm waiting for the day to see somebody put out a straight AI soca song. Is that happening yet?
Yes.
Yeah? Who?
I think MCW put out a
So
straight,
MCW, because okay, I heard you say that, but I don't know who MCW is, right? So they have a soca song that's straight AI. Is that
Yeah.
the comedian guy?
the comedian guy. Yeah.
So it's a soca,
is that Soca?
and he released it straight AI.
Yeah, I think
It's being
straight-
played.
I don't want to be definitive, right? But I think that it is straight AI.
It's being played.
I don't know if it's being played. I know that
Mm.
it's a big enough.
Do you
big
like
enough,
the song?
It's a big enough.
Do you like the song? Is it a good song? Okay, let me ask. Is it a good song? What you think? What you think about the song?
I think that it's a big enough record,
Yeah.
right, to where it's being spoken about.
Is it the record, or is it like what's going on with it? Is it the fact that it's the first AI record? Is it
I
that it's
don't- I
big,
don't
or is
know-
it that it's the
I
first
don't know if
AI
it's the
record?
first
And then
AI
the guy is popular too, so
I
that
don't know-
helps.
I don't know if it's the first AI record. I'm just saying
Oh,
that
okay. Well,
this
see, I
conversation
know.
is being had,
Yeah.
and I think that it's big enough to where the conversation is being had.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we need to be able to observe and take in and
I'm not jacking
and be
it.
aware.
I'm sorry, I'm not jacking it, because then anybody could come and just go on an AI website and say, "Hey, make a soca song," and be like, "Okay, da da da," and be like, "Yeah, I sang this, right?"
Yeah,
And who's to say that they didn't?
I don't know. And then they
Right?
go on, and then
so
they go
now,
and perform the
so
record.
now it's a bunch of fraud thing going on.
And then what happens when they go and perform the record?
They can't perform it.
Why not?
What do you mean? Why not? That wasn't your voice. That's AI.
Yeah, but I could get a TV track from that and perform it.
People are gonna be, when you're performing, especially for Caribbean people, we can tell that you're lip syncing.
I mean,
We can tell.
I ain't saying I'm singing. I'm saying I got a
We can
TV
tell.
track and I'm performing the record. I
Yeah,
know
but
the lyrics.
you're not gonna sound like the AI
I think
unless you
I
do
think
the AI
many
in your
artists
voice, which
don't
is like
sound like their record today.
nah. But at least your tone of your voice gonna sound like that's you. So at
Okay.
least like you could do certain ad libs that's like, you know, on the record where it's like, all right, we know that's him. Or apart from that, forget all that, bruh. It might have a music video for the song that you're in it, and they're seeing you. So we know that's you. You understand what I'm saying? With AI, there's none of that.
Milli Vanilli had a music video and they was in it.
Yeah, because they was pretending to sing the song, but it wasn't them.
They singing it now.
But you
Well, one of
see-
the
but
guys
you
died.
seen what
One of the
happened?
guys that didn't, but it's singing it now.
You
and it
seen what
sound like
happened
Milli
when
Vanilli.
they went to perform and the record got stuck and
Yeah,
started
yeah.
lapping.
Yeah, I saw it.
And then everybody was like, oh,
I saw it, but
snap.
that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying I could go and create a TV track for the record, right? Take out the vocals or take out the verses.
You can,
or
but
play
it
them
will
low.
never resonate because you're not truly a part of this craft. You're not truly, bruh. To be a performer, if you don't have it authentically, it's hard. It's not easy. So you can't just come from looking at YouTube videos and just thinking and just be like, okay, yeah, I'm a good performer and you people believe you. It's not that easy. You understand? So unless you have a real background in this or you've been doing it, people is not about to believe that that's really you. If you just come out of nowhere doing an AI track and you just want to sing all of a sudden, they're going to be like, who is this guy? That got to be AI. Come on, stop it.
I'm gonna wrap up this AI conversation just saying that I don't know. I think time will tell
Oh, for sure.
whether or not
Yeah.
it's something that's gonna last. I am
Mhm.
scared about what this means for the genre. However, I do think that it's gonna force it can with the right outlook force our entertainers, our artists, our artistic folks to be more creative.
Yeah.
To get across the difference.
Okay, we could
know what
meet.
I'm
We could
saying?
meet in the middle right there.
Yeah,
We could
that's
meet in
what
the
I
middle.
think. And I'm hopeful for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Where's Soca right now for you? Is Soca in a good space?
Soca's in a good space.
Yeah.
Soca is in a good space. We have artists right now in the Soca community that are reaching places I feel like has never reached before. I just seen Kes do like a concert with like Budweiser. I'm not sure where it was, but when I seen the crowd and I seen the stage, I was just like so proud because I remember like Soca Monarch being the only stage this big for Soca artists, right? And now it's like not in Trinidad. It's in another country somewhere, and people singing the songs word for word. And I remember, Cass, from, you know what I mean? From Miss Jade. I thought I tell you don't leave your mother house. What did you do, Nong Tong? Eh? If you see Miss Jade. Like probably all 2006 or kind of thing.
Yeah.
I remember I kept song back then. And to see like what he doing now, crazy, bro. It's amazing. You know what I mean? It's like we literally looking at it. We looking at the progression of the culture. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's just different lanes we need to have. Because not everybody is our Kes. You dig? So, but I love the space that we in, you know? Big up to Young Brother. Young Brother, he's another one that's like doing things that we never really seen in the soca as yet. He got Chloe Bailey on his song.
Big.
You know what I mean? And Molly and the other girl that, you know, Shake It to the Max. Big things. And this is what I love to see for soca. You know what I mean? It makes me proud, bro.
Yeah, that's what's up. I think I agree with you. I think that soca's in some good hands. And you know, we went out the other day and had some young DJs, and the music that they was playing, the set that they played for the crowd, right, made me feel like, yeah, boy, you know, the game is in good hands. You know, for their ability to play for the crowd, to recognize, all right, this crowd or this party is a Christmas party, and this is a soca Christmas party, and this is the type of music that we need to play for this environment. For them to recognize that, much like there's a certain type of music that's played or that should be played on a boat ride. There's a certain type of soca music that should be played Juve, right? Juve morning. There's a certain type of soca that should be played on the road. Unlike some of these other DJs who just playing, you know, just.
So was we talking
set.
about in a DJ sense, as in like if
No,
soca
I'm just
is
saying.
in
I was in comparison. I'm saying that
because if that's the case, then that's a whole different.
No, I said I'm just trying to compare like that to see some of the youths being able to play the music. Right? Puts me in a good space mentally.
Got you for sure.
The DJs are at, and same for the soca artists.
Right.
To see some of these soca artists, like the Young Brothers, like the Lady
Now
Gabbas.
I will say this. I do, now that we're talking about the DJs, I do wish that the DJs would take a little more step outside and say, hey, I like this record, let me play this. Instead of waiting for other people to play it first or for it to be a big thing and then for them to play it. You know what I mean? I feel like that needs to be a thing in the soca, breaking records. That needs to be a thing that comes back. Because it used to happen.
Sure.
It's not a thing that it seems like happens right now. You know? So it seems like if you have that big momentum and you're that person, then yeah, everybody's going to play your record. But if you have a good song and you're not that known, nobody's not going to play it because you're not known.
Yeah.
And that's not a good thing, I feel like.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like it should lead with the art. If the art sounds good, if it's a good product, we should use it. So that's my only thing when it comes to the soca thing, right?
Yeah, I think that's the point I was trying to make, is that some of these young DJs, I ain't talking about the ones who's out, all of the ones who's out today. Just saying some of these young DJs, like they have that.
Yeah.
You know, this like, nah, that mad, I'm playing it. I don't care who ain't playing it.
Yeah.
You know, this kind of free perspective that they have. You know? And that's what makes me feel like, it's in good hands. Is that they know what to play, they know how to play it, and they're also playing music that people might not know and don't really care that, you know, people don't know it. You know? Right. What do you think is the draw for this bouillon vibe that's like lashing on the place? What do you think the draw is to that for the community?
First and foremost, they have the French connection going on. That's first and foremost, right? They the music comes from Dominica, and they have like Guadeloupe, Martinique, they have Saint Lucia, they have all of these islands that support their music, and the main music they listen to is bouillon, right? Even like in France, there's people that come from the smaller islands, they move to France, Europe over there, even America too, and they speak French, they speak these languages, and this is the music that they know about. So they treat these artists and this music like if this is their mainstream music. You understand? So when these artists are over there in France and they doing their thing over there, you should see how they shows look. Crazy. Singing word for word, phones out. These people, they're looking like superstars because this is the music that the people in them, they cherish the music. You understand? Now, when it comes to the actual art itself, they're talking about everything in the music. It's not like, yeah, we meet on the road and we meet in a party and we're whining. It's like, okay, nah, it's real topics. That's like realistic things. I met a girl. She was nice for the first 2 days. She broke my heart. Now it's F her. Right? I'm low on money. I can't afford stuff, but God go make it better. I don't know. You know what I mean? But it's just realistic things. Well, I notice a lot of them be talking about girls and like stuff like that, like stuff that, you know what I mean? But it's realistic situations, and you don't necessarily gotta say, yo, put your hand up in the song. You don't gotta say, everybody jump and wave your rag. You don't have to say that. You know that the crowd gonna do that already, right? So it's realistic situations that they talking about that I feel like is resonating with the audience even more. So I think it's those two things. It's the French connection, plus it's the realism in the music.
Yo, Tola, I think we recognize that soca is getting bigger globally, and way more recognized, especially with some of the music that the likes of you and others are creating. And you've got some new tracks that you've been putting out.
Yeah.
You want to talk about any of those?
Yeah, so I have 2 new records right now.
Yeah.
One called Riddim and Vibes, and that's produced by Syndicate Music out of Queens, New York. You know, he's a Trini, but you know, New York family, you know, we does do. This record is like a really traditional sounding type of soca record. So
Yo,
this
is there a New York soca sound? I've been asked. The reason why I asked you that is because I've been asked from artists from all over who would be like, yo, people who rock with me be like, yo, sis, I want that kind of New York soca vibe. You know?
Yeah.
Like, do you think that's a real thing?
Honestly, when it comes to like the beats and the rhythms, not really, but I feel like maybe how you go about singing your song,
Okay.
possibly. Like it's
Okay.
maybe like certain type of lingos or certain things that we say that you could tell like, okay, that man from New York, right? But as far as like a specific sound, not really. But that's something that's being curated right now, right? It's being curated
Right
as
now,
we speak.
as you speak.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There hasn't been that sound. But but like I was saying, the Riddim and Vibes is from Syndicate Music out of Queens. And you know, this is a really traditional soca type of vibe. And it's like, if you love soca music, as soon as you hear this, you're gonna start to move one time. It's one of those. Like the rhythm it's amazing. You know what I mean? And then the lyrics that I put on there is amazing too.
Man.
Come on, like you know how we do already.
Yeah.
Come on, don't I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
you know
yeah,
how
yeah,
we
no,
do,
no,
my
no.
boy. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's one, and then we have another record called GDB. That's short for Galem Ben, and that one is on the Property Rhythm by Added Ranks and Boogie Ranks.
Okay.
Right. So big up to those two guys. Added is a guy, you know, from Vincy / Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Very, very talented
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
You know, he performs.
That
He's an
bouncy
artist.
so big I could
Right.
see it. Yeah.
Right.
Man.
And he also produces. A lot of people don't know that.
Okay.
Very talented.
Man.
You know what I mean? So he called me. He was like, yo, Tola, this rhythm here, boy. I know if I don't send it to you, it go cost me. I said, I did. Oh, you know, man, so good. Send the damn rhythm. You understand? He sent me the thing. I said, I bet. I have something for this. You know what I mean? And Boogie, I've been working with since day one.
The man.
Boogie, I've been working with since day one. That's like my in-house producer. I love Boogie to death. You know what I mean? So yeah, those are my 2 records right now. GDB, Riddim and Vibes. Go check that out, guys. Yeah, man, that new stuff.
You know, when you come on the show,
Yeah.
especially with my artists, not especially, specifically for my artist friends who come on the show,
Yeah.
we have a segment called Bring the Headphones.
Right.
Where I wanna give you the headphones and you touch the mic and And I'm
I've
saying,
been waiting for
give
that.
us a little vibe.
I've been
right?
waiting for that. Come on, let's
So
go.
one of the new records, maybe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, if I bring you the headphones,
Riddim and Vibes. Let's get it.
all right, boom.
Yeah.
Yo, do me a favor. Bring the headphones. Bring the headphones.
One time. Don't stick.
Lord, Lord. Yes, yes. Now. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the vibe. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the vibe. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Yo, every time that she link me, she want a party. Then girl squeeze up in a maxi. From down the highway straight from Gandhi. When she reach down, the girl call me. She say she want the vibe. Say she want the rhythm. Say that she single and she want the fiddle. Girl, this is a soca thing, this on a rhythm. She reach in the dance, the bass and treble, and she say doom de, doom de, doom de. When the rum go lash your head, I'd rather be nowhere instead. Alright in a soca band. Doom de, doom de, doom de. Tell me what you're waiting for. Put on your clothes and hit the door. Listen a play thing. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the vibe. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the vibe. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the vibe. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Alright. Rhythm and the vibe. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Yo. Girl from London and Toronto, now touch down inside Piaco. Them lost the pen and they want to know how the soca and the song sweet so. They say they want the vibe, say they want the rhythm. They say that they single and they want to fiddle. Girl, this is a soca thing, this on a rhythm. She reach in the dance, the bass and treble, and she say doom de, doom de, doom de. When the rum go lash your head, I'd rather be nowhere instead. Alright in a soca band. Doom de, doom de, doom de. Tell me what you're waiting for. Put on your clothes and hit the door. Listen a play thing. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the vibe. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the vibe. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the vibe. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the vibe. She want the rhythm and the vibe. Rhythm and the. Lord. Yes. Now. Yeah, this is a soca thing, this on the rhythm.
Yo, crazy. Again, another wicked performance. Taller. Yo, you're mad and all. And I
Appreciate it,
can't
brother.
wait to see like
Appreciate it, my brother.
the growth.
Yeah, man.
You know, I mean, I've seen the growth and
Yeah.
the continued growth. Because I think you're one of the guys in the industry that's going to help take soca to our next level, where men could really live and eat off of the music not
Appreciate
for
that,
themselves, but also for their kids and for the younger generation.
Appreciate that, my brother.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
that.
So thanks again for coming.
Appreciate you for having me.
We're gonna do our best to push out this content and make sure you got some content to give to the people, and the performance again, mad. Yeah, bruh. Thank you,
Mad
man.
thing, my brother.
Yeah,
man.
Once again, it's your friend Sizwe. This is what they do. We in season 2.
All right.